wanting to do my weekly hobonichi spread and also want to do the last week here of October in this little calendar spread. And if I'm feeling it, also would love to do a couple pages of this week and scribble away and do some drawings. I wanted to kind of do a chattier video today and try that out, as much as I feel like I often struggle with chatting because I'm quiet and introspective and an introvert of sorts. I don't know, I feel like I gotta get out of my comfort zone, honestly, because the videos that I like, I really love when the person engages in chats and shares their thoughts and goes on rambles. So I'm trying to be easy on myself and let myself do something imperfectly. It's kind of a call to attention and a theme in life lately, because I get overwhelmed by all the things that I want to do, and I think I set high expectations for myself and just have this like perfect idea in my head of how I want to make things happen. And it's just so weird because I don't feel that way about the art and videos and sharings that other people do. I love imperfection and I love when people are vulnerable. So I'm going to try and call that in more to how I share my world. I have my journal here. I'll show it to you. I just have to cover this other page. So I did this spread in my journal just to kind of get an idea of what I want to write down for my hobonichi weeks, because it feels like so precious. So here's my little spread in my journal, which I have been loving doing more of. I'm gonna usually write a list here and then place all of the things that I want to do into my days. So here we go. Hello. So I decided that I'm going to do a cheeky little voiceover and face my fears and practice chatting, because I like watching videos that are chatty, and I'm going to do my best to embrace imperfection and just go for it and talk about my month and themes in my life. I do share more in depth over on Ko-fi for my members over there. We have a little Creaturekin crew, so you could go check that out if you're hungry for more. But as for now, I just want to reflect on my month and my approach to this whole chatty voiceover is that I want to use it as another form of memory keeping, a little bit of like vocal journaling. I really love living in my planners, sketchbook, and journal, and I have had a journal for many years, and it's never really bridged into my internet world content wise, because it's always been very intimate, and I would love to share more. And I am really loving sharing because I'm finding that it is like such a cool thing to have a journal and to spend daily time in it, and it's been just a very dear thing to me for so long. So it's actually kind of cool how things are unfolding in a way that I never expected. with sharing and focusing more predominantly on journaling and bridging that and trying to find how to bridge the gap with my art and journaling. So I'm kind of discovering that that's where I want the direction of this channel to go, which is really freaking cool. Because I'll be honest, I never expected it to go this direction. This whole YouTube video making journey has been quite nerve-wracking, and I feel like I've been wanting to do this for so long. Like, so long. And I am just discovering things as I go, which is really neat. And I'm just feeling such bursts of excitement lately because little things are happening and it just brings me so much joy. And I'm realizing that there is such potential for using this space as an extension of my journaling practice, which is actually so wild. I know I keep saying that it's like I wasn't expecting this, but it just really is so bonkers and cool. Just discovering more and more what intentions I have for this space and what I want to do, and realizing that I need to be brave and figuring out how to incorporate it in my day, because setting up a camera and recording overhead of my process is really simple. But when it comes to like showing my face and even doing voiceovers, that's where it gets a bit complicated, because it does take a certain amount of energy and it takes strategy, which is really, really intimidating, to be honest. But I think that what I've learned from just all of this and doing this and seeing how far it's come and where it's going, and just getting to know the medium more, it all happens as you go. And I'm just recognizing that this is a theme with doing anything, is that it all is happening as I go, and I'll learn things as long as I am able to show up and figure it out. And figure it out along the way. So it's a neat little discovery, and lots of discoveries actually have been made this month that are little sweet-hearted things that I wasn't expecting entirely. And I think I'm just settling and softening more into my intuitive, like being led intuitively, instead of like being so regimented in my schedule. I could do an entire video on like scheduling and how I schedule my life. I think I get a bit more intimidated by going into videos with a structural thing and theme, because I just put a lot of pressure on myself. But we'll see if I can eventually do a video on my routine and everything. It is entirely, and I think forever will be, a work in progress. It's never gonna be laid out in this thing that I have in my head that I want to be easy and it's organized and yada yada. I feel like I can have an idea of my week and how I want things to be, but when it comes to actually doing things, it's so dependent on my energy level as like a neurodivergent creature, as well as a womb haver. I am so hypersensitive to amongst my cycle, and I'm realizing that when I call my menstrual cycle my moon. So when I'm on my moon, I have recognized that the week leading up to and about a half a week after, and like during, so 2 weeks of the month are literally, I have to be more restful and prioritize rest. And it's so sad to admit that I cannot freaking do things optimally. And so I'm learning and starting to understand that tracking my moon cycle and adjusting my schedule around such and such is super important, because I do not work at full capacity for those 2 weeks of a month. It's so sad to admit that, because it changes so many things. So I'm gonna just, try and do as much as I can in the 2 weeks where I'm feeling energized and good and hormonally like regulated more so. And yeah, learning that. I don't know how I'm just learning that, but I am. Yeah, lots of learning, always learning. I'm just flipping through my journal here and seeing what else I can yap about. I write a lot. I write every day, and I am kind of discovering that I need to maybe write in the evenings, at least some days. I don't know how to organize time. It's such an enigma to me, and always has been. But yeah, making to-do lists, drawing lots in my journal, writing lots, reflecting, learning, growing. And yeah, I had a pretty rough couple weeks of just low energy and working through a lot. I have been setting some like goals for myself that are really exciting, but I'm realizing that to get to those goals, I have to work through quite a bit of muckiness and getting stuck in the mud, and there's lots of shadows coming up and underlayer of just inner processing and things that I tell myself and have told myself throughout my life that hold me back. And I just am realizing that I am in my way, and I need to get out of my way to become the person that I want to be. So just working on facing the things that hold me back, and it's been actually quite painful, but I'm getting through it. And I think that's just like a very human, collective, relational experience. And I just have so much compassion for myself and also humanity, and for you and your kin and my friends and everyone, because becoming the person that we want to be takes so much effort, and it requires so much bravery. So I'm here cheering you on, and it's okay to have bad days. We're getting there. We're getting to where we want to be. I wanted to do a little tour like I did last month for September. This will be a little less chattier, because I realized with my last flip through September that I want to do a end of year tour of my hobonichi weeks and techo. So the monthly tours will be less chatty and more quick. Just learning as I go. Kind of understanding that the theme in life lately And what I'm learning is that I just gotta start, and it can be imperfect and fumbly and weird and awkward, and it might just forever be that, because that's kind of the person that I am. And I'm trying to embrace that more. I'm probably just gonna do a couple quick pages here, because I'm not sure how long this video is already. I'm also getting hungry, so I need to eat something soon. For picking colors, I usually just go for it at random, and when drawing in my hobonichi, I really just love to be intuitive with it. I think that it's more therapeutic and cathartic to just scribble and play around and not have like a definitive plan, and kind of just like poke at my repertoire of things and be really playful with it. I think it's important to have spaces in life where we can just be loosey-goosey and playful and not take it all so seriously. So that's what this little space is for me. For the most part. Been really loving doing these little wigglies in my art lately. When things get messy, also, I kind of just really try to practice being kind to myself. And I think from freestyling for so long, because I love to do art in my journal, and when I do art in my hobonichi and get loosey-goosey, it's really predominantly freestyling. And I try to give myself as much grace as possible, because there's always ways to fix it or just accept it and try and just see the beauty and the imperfection. And I think it's a cool skill for self-acceptance, and also just like a creative approach to making things look a certain way, or not necessarily fixing things, but I think that it's cool to build skills in tweaking things and fixing things in regards to potentially messing up, you know?
Thought I'd make an appearance, as shy as I feel oftentimes, and I just want to try and get used to talking to the camera and showing my face, even though it feels super awkward and strange. But yeah, thanks so much for hanging out today. I really appreciate you spending time here in this little creature comfort nest of journals and art and playfulness. I hope that you are taking gentle care, and what a cool little time we had today. I would love to see what you created, if you created anything alongside. I have a Discord, the link is in the description, along with some other bits and bobs. And I hope you have a really sweethearted November. Stay warm. For those of you in the northern hemisphere, I'm just so stoked on. I'm a lover of winter and a lover of fall, and I really enjoy curling up in bunny hugs, sweaters, and wrapping my face in scarves and going on cheeky little walks with the cool fresh air. Yeah, that's it, that's all. Take care. Remember to be kind to yourself and others, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.